prime Sakamoto to be?
Prime Sakamoto's not JCC. It's like years after that.
What do you mean by years after that?
It's years after that. I'm not gonna give you like the description of it, but it's not JCC. It's years after that.
Yeah. That's what's in question. I think prime Sakamoto is anything above JCC because we see
not necessarily anything above JCC because he's above JCC right now in age. I'm talking about there's some type of years after that. Hold on, there's some type of years after that, and there's some type of threshold where he would have retired. I don't know. As a matter of fact, before we do all this, let's just figure out Sakamoto's age right now. If we even know.
He's 27.
No, let me just confirm it.
Yeah, he's 27, and we know that Shin is like in JCC right now, and Shin's like 20. So we can reason from that he's probably like.
He's 28.
Okay, sure, 28.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the average JCC student is how old?
They were like teen. It's implied multiple times they were teenagers around that time. You hear me? How old is Sakamoto's daughter? Because you know he stopped.
Wait, I'm checking something.
Stopped like doing all that shit when he like got. You said what?
I said I'm checking something.
You hear me? Alright.
Yeah, I'm checking something.
Go ahead, Will.
It's like as I was saying, the average JCC student is like 2021 because we know that Shin's in the JCC.
Why is that the average JCC student?
Like, if we look at all of the JCC students that we know of, right? They should be 20 to 21.
Why should they be 20 to 21? Why should they be?
I'll just like give you the evidence. Give me a sec.
Okay. Sounds like I'm too close to my mic. Am I too close to my mic, y'all? Hello?
Yeah.
Nah, you good.
I'm good.
I mean, even if you're too close to your mic, you sound okay.
No, but definitely I think they were teenagers around the time of their flashback arc. Just do the math. How old is his daughter? You hear me?
Never mind yet. The average age is like 18. But look, the reason why it's 18 is
because his daughter is like 7, so he would have been in his prime around like 21, 22. Then he realized he had a.
That's still talking about age, sure. But look, what I'm saying here is that the average age of a JCC student should be like 18, right? Because if we add up all of the ages of the JCC students that we know, we get 20, right, which is Shin, add 18, which is Akira, add 21, add 14, right? And then we get 18. So if the
I think it should be the average age should be a teenager. So like, look, I've been telling you this whole time, bro.
Yeah, 18 adult, sure. So 18 is the average age of the JCC students. Okay. Now
18, 17, yeah.
Yeah. Look, now here's the thing. The reason why I think that after JCC, Sakamoto's in his prime. So in the whole like chapter 111 plus, that's his prime, is because from JCC he's being trained in the assassin arts, but afterwards he's ready for the order, right? That's why they send him out. So I don't see any reason why he would suddenly get stronger fighting like weaklings on.
Yeah, you don't see any reason, but it can be evident if they blatantly say something. Like if they blatantly say something, and obviously his feats beforehand weren't that. So we obviously know. We obviously know. Like even when they flashback to JCC, that he's not talked about to be the strongest or the ultimate assassin. There's some type of period of time. Obviously, he's given a new title, so a new achievement. Obviously, within that like time of years, he gained that title. So I don't have to see him go through a training arc to know. Obviously, there's progression in the verse through what the narrator and through what other people are telling me.
Yeah, that's pretty weak argument because we know that he gains a title from reputation, right? So when he's in the JCC and he's not undergoing missions, obviously he's not going to have a title, right? That's kind of self-evident. But when he gets out of the JCC and he starts undertaking missions in the name of the order,
why would he can still wait? That's incorrect. He could still go on missions while he was under the JCC. I said, right, he's not considered in his prime at that time from anyone because they're basing it not only off of his missions, but obviously off his his
because they don't know
strength.
him.
What?
Because they don't know him. Like he doesn't think these
Who
are
don't
the
know him?
missions.
Who don't
Like
know him?
the
Your argument literally taking more assumptions. It's just assuming that he went on all these missions and that people just don't know him and they don't know how to scale him. That's not. I don't think. I think it makes more sense that this nigga was a teenager. Obviously, since when you use linear progression, when you get older, as you get like an adult, you generally get more stronger and you get more grown man strength. I know you should know that. You should generally get more grown man strength.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. You're not at your peak performance when you're 18, 19, see? You talk about you being smart. No, you're not. You're not at your peak performance at 18, 19. I know you don't know. You might be 15, 16 now. You're not at your peak performance at 18, 19. So in real life, it makes more sense to why he would be stronger around the age 22, 23, which I'm referring to.
Yeah. So I'll just respond to both of these things. So look, I know it makes more sense to you. That's like irrelevant.
It's not to me though. It's in general. Why did you just try to argue to me? I made a general statement.
Look, he made 3 points. Look, he made 3 points. I don't know how you'd argue. First of all, just calm down. That's what I was talking about. So look, I don't know how you'd argue that it makes more sense generally. I don't think you have that sort of evidence.
You said I don't know how to argue because wait, hold on. You just made a rebuttal. Wait a minute, you made a rebuttal. You said you do not know how I would gain this information.
Hold on a second. That wasn't a general claim, by the way. That was just me being unclear on how you'd argue.
You're unclear. You're unsure. You're uncertain. You don't know.
Look, I'm just being charitable to you because I thought that you were making.
I don't need no carrots from you, nigga. I know what I'm talking about. You just think that 18 or 19 is your prime, but that's obviously not true. You can go look that shit up. What do they teach you in your UK schools? You think that 18 is your peak performance in your life? That's fucking retarded. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Hey, you're smart. You're smart, right? See, when is the human fully stop developing?
Like, just calm down. Let me get your argument. Because once again, you made 3 points. I want to address all 3. So, just to remain linear so people can keep up with the conversation is, the first thing you said is it makes more sense. Now, I thought you were referring to yourself.
Yeah, why does it make more sense?
Hold on a second. No, I'm not making a claim that makes more sense.
No, I didn't say, well, why would you think I'm referring to myself when I literally clarified what I literally clarified humans?
I didn't think they had the evidence to show that it's.
You didn't think that I had the evidence to show you that humans become a certain level of. I mean, you don't think you could just look it up from 10 different science websites?
Now you're jumping. Now you're jumping. Look, I was going to respond.
I'm not jumping nothing. You stop trying to tell me. Stop trying to point out inconsistencies in my argument. Boy, my shit's rock solid. The only one that sounds inconsistent is you. You're going to sit here and say, I don't know. I can't show you the peak of a human.
Calm down.
Sounds stupid, bro.
Look, I was going to respond to that argument as well. So I can grant to you that generally the prime age is not 18, right? Like, that's completely fine. But the context is...
What do you mean generally? It's not generally. That's a fact. I hate when niggas try to throw extra little shit in there. That is a fact. It's not 18. It is a fact. It's a fact. It's not 18.
Just let me finish, okay? Look. So I
you think it is out of
hold on. Wait, okay, do you want to have a moderator or something? Because like I'm trying.
No, I wasn't responding to an argument. I was looking at chat. I wasn't actually. I didn't hear the chat.
Look, if you want to debate, then you need to let me speak, okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, say smart shit.
Once again, like I can grant to you that generally. Also, thank you, Griff. But like, I can grant to you that generally people are not in their prime at 18. So we're looking at reality. Normally, they're not in their prime at 18. But we know that Sakamoto days does not accurately report reality. Like, for example, Takamura is like, 60 years old? He's definitely an old man. And Takamura is stated to be stronger than people like Gaku, who are 23 and in their prime. Right? That doesn't. Just let me finish. Just let me finish, okay?
I'm gonna let you finish. But you're fucking stupid,
you're trying to appeal to reality and say, look, in reality, people aren't in their prime at 18. I can grant that's true in reality. But not in Sakamoto days. In Sakamoto days,
let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. Just because, wait a minute.
Wait.
I'm not. Let me respond. You just made an argument. Let me respond to that.
Calm down. You respond. I promise I'll let you respond. Let me just finish what I was saying.
Let me do or not. I can respond to anything I want to respond to. I don't give a fuck what you're gonna let me respond to. What the fuck do you mean let me? I'm gonna respond to an argument I feel like I need to respond to. You just made an argument.
In Sakamoto days, the students stay in this assassin school and they train regularly and they do superhuman feats. I'm not convinced that the prime of these students is going to be after they leave school. I think it's going to be during their training, once they complete their training. I think that's going to be when they're strongest. Right.
Okay. That's what you think. Thank you for using the words think. Right. Thank you for using that word think. That's what you think. You don't know. I know the physical prime age of your prime generally is between 20 to 35. That's a proven fact in reality. You gave me an example of Takamura, who in the verse, that would be an outlier because we know he's a very particular circumstance because he's hyped up to be something different. Niggas don't even think this nigga, he needs to operate under a regular human. This nigga only reacts to fucking negative emotions. So no, I think that nigga Takamura is just him. You bringing up the example that he's punishing these other people, that just means that at an old man, he's still stronger than these other people. That's not a good comparison to contrast, bro. That's not a good argument. You just tried to say my argument is defeated because Gaku's 23 and he's losing to Takamura who's 60. That doesn't refute anything. That just means Takamura is a strong ass fucking 60-year-old. Nigga, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid as fuck. Now shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm not done. That 60-year-old, be quiet. That 60-year-old can just be so much at this level of strength, right? That him, and we already know that he works under a different principle. This nigga is fucking different. So stop using Takamura as an example. That's retarded. We know Satoda is a better fucking example because that bitch specifically said she's gotten weaker. So we're fucking like, stop acting stupid and dumb. I hate when niggas act stupid and dumb and don't know what the fuck is going on. You just try to use a Takamura example. I don't know if you're ratting, dumb, retarded, or fucking remedial, bitch. Fuck wrong with you. As I was saying, as I was saying, you keep saying I'm appealing to reality. I've already given you the reason why I shouldn't appeal to reality, and I gave you my basis and my backing reason to that. NJJCC, right? What the fuck? What we know. I hate when niggas try to infer things off their own series when the series is telling you something. And the JCC, he's obviously weaker, right? Because he's not reached that status till he actually reaches his physical prime. It makes more sense. Occam's razor, right? That's as simple to explain. Since we only get these prime statements after he's from the JCC. And we know that humans reach their physical prime after their teenage years. It quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So we can move on, bro. This nigga's stupid, bro.
Yeah, like I'll just say, like, once again, I can grant everything you just said, and like nothing would change. So the reason why I threw up, calm down, calm down. You notice how I kept quiet when you were talking? I gave you that sort of respect, even though I know you're a thug. So I hope you do the same for me, okay? Look. The first thing is the Takamura example. The reason why I brought up Takamura is because if we appeal to this real-world logic and this common sense intuition that you so desperately want to purport in this debate, and it obviously would make sense in terms of like common sense intuition that Takamura, this old-ass man, would not be stronger than Gaku who's in his prime. Right? That seems to be obvious and common sense intuition. Right? However, we know that this doesn't work the same way in Sakamoto days.
Wait. I'm not responding to you. Who muted me? I'm not responding to you. I'm not cutting you off, but who muted me?
That's irrelevant, right? Just listen to the argument.
No, who muted me?
Yeah, look. So as I was saying,
who muted me? Who muted me? Hold on, who muted me? It was Griff. Griff, don't mute me again. Don't mute me again.
As I was saying,
I didn't agree to moderation. Don't mute me again.
As I was saying, right? If you want to appeal to these common sense intuitions, then that would just go against what we see in Sakamoto days. We have like 3 examples: Satoda, okay, Takamura, and Yotsumura, who are all older than the main cast, like drastically, and they're still keep up with the main cast. And the reason why they're able to keep up is not because, if we appeal to common sense intuitions, they should be weaker. Obviously, common sense intuitions don't accurately track onto Sakamoto days. That's going to be the first argument. So you're trying to appeal to these common sense intuitions to say there's no way they're at their prime at 18 because that doesn't make sense in reality. That's not common in reality. That's literally your evidence. I'm saying, well, no, reality could be different in Sakamoto days. They might have different rules in Sakamoto days, which you agree to. You said he operates on a different principle. So that's the first thing. No,
that's not no. Hey, see, what did I say? Hey, see, you can't track. See, you can't track. You have a tracking issue. Where's my argument? See, where's my argument? See, where's my argument? No, fuck that. What you about to say? See, where's my argument? You can't track. You can't track. Where's my argument? Why did I bring up Takamura and why did I bring up Satoda? What was my argument? See,
let's ignore this thug, right? The second point was that it was
a thug is beating your ass if you don't know how to track a thug's argument. You fucking stupid. I might be a thug, but you're a remedial fucking retard that goes suck his mama's titties for fucking breast milk still to this fucking day. You little ass fucking kid. So let me ask you a question. What was my argument? Because you can't track. You can't track.
The amount of assumptions here being something that's made without evidence, a claim is made without evidence. Now, he hasn't made any or proof as to why any of the things I'm saying has evidence to them. As a matter of fact, I presented more evidence than he has.
You're just chatting. You're literally just chatting, bro. You actually have not responded to my argument. You have not responded to my argument at all. See, you have not responded to my argument. See, what is my argument? See, you have a tracking issue. See, what is my argument? 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 Because you haven't tracked. Yeah, you didn't respond to my argument. I didn't make the argument you fucking said. You fucking stupid ass bitch. The reason why I said Satoda and takamura are different is because that is a different outlier. It's outline. So that's not every character in the fucking verse. Fucking characters are specifically different than these other characters in the verse. Why the fuck are you using this as some type of metric when it's point blank? All these characters are different. You can't track. You can't track. See, you can't track. You have a tracking issue. You have a tracking issue. You literally have a tracking issue. What you just said to me does not respond to me. You cannot track. You don't even know what the argument I said is because you just spat that fucking bullshit out your fucking mouth. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You dumb, stupid ass bitch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck on with you, dummy ass nigga, bro. You didn't even track what I said. You didn't even know what argument I said. What argument did I say that you responded to? What did I say?
But look, I was gonna continue my argument now. So look.
No, you just talk, and that's all you do. You just talk. You just talk. That's all you do. You don't even know what I said. You don't know my argument.
Look, so he tried to make the claim that his argument was more parsimonious, and he said that this is because his argument.
Stop using words that you don't know how to fucking use. Parsimonious? Fucking parsimonious? But you try to ask some fucking rhetoric once your rhetoric still shit. You didn't respond to my argument. Literally, you literally did not respond to my argument. You're fucking dumb. You try to use a parsimonious to try to give him some fucking extra points. You want a fucking cookie, nigga?
Look, just breathe, okay?
Come on, bro.
As I was saying, look, just calm down, okay? I know you don't know these words.
I don't gotta, nigga, no, because you don't know how to respond to people, bro. You think you're good.
I'm sorry you don't understand the words that are coming out.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. You are not responding to my argument. What was my argument? What was my argument? What was my argument? You do not respond to that. I hate when niggas get morphed and they start thinking that they're winning or shit like that because you don't even know what I said for you to respond to that. Your argument is fucking dismissed because you did not respond to what the fuck I said. I just don't think you understand.
Look, just breathe, right? Like if you look in chat, everyone.
But I don't give a fuck about your breathing lessons, nigga. You like nigga trying to take a picture out of Archie book, nigga. Nigga just got bitched yesterday talking about some fucking breathe. You suck.
Horrible.
You
if you look in chat, everyone is laughing.
You literally suck. I don't give a fuck about looking in chat. I don't give a fuck. It's the first time. This the first time you had a group of 5 people on your side. Are you happy? You want a fucking book? You want a cookie? You didn't give a fuck about 11 to 2 niggas. The fuck is that? You didn't give a fuck about that. See? Well, I'm generally. Cause see, when you was getting violated yesterday, and that. Hold on. Time out. When you was getting violated yesterday, and that shit said 16 to 2, you was like, I don't give a fuck about chat. Now, since you think chat's on your side, you think that you're going to use some type of shit against me, but you was getting your ass bit the fucking back over and getting smacked in the back of your fucking neck by fucking Archie, and when the polls is against you, I hate the polls. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. What's wrong with you? Griff's in here on my dick because he's mad that I told him to fucking mute me. Tell us no one thinks I'm good. I can name 15 people right now at the top of my head that think I'm fucking good.
Look, that boy, it's okay. Just breathe, okay? I hope you got that out now. So I'll try to give my argument for like the 5th time now. Hopefully you'll shut up.
Who muted me again? I swear to God, you muted me. I'm gonna ban you. I literally have my burn. I'm gonna ban you. Stop muting me.
Just breathe. Look, by the way, whoever muted him, don't be scared.
Stop muting me. Mute me again. See what happens. Mute me again. I promise you I'll ban you right now.
It's cool. So look, that boy. You said that your argument was more simple.
That's what niggas gotta do. Time out. Be quiet real quick. This nigga's not a moderator or nothing. But he come, hold on, shut the fuck up real quick. This nigga's not a moderator or nothing. But this nigga's muting me.
I've been trying to give the argument for like maybe 10 minutes now. And every time I give the argument, you just talk over me.
Nigga, hold on, I keep getting fucking minutes for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck?
I know when you were at school, whenever the teacher tried to talk, you'd shoot the teacher in the leg and not let him give the lecture.
No, it's not that,
now I'm teaching you, okay? So just calm down, thug. And let me give the argument, please. Okay, you came to this debate with your trousers sagging like a bum. Okay, but this is not what we're doing.
My trousers are sagging like a bum. I'm a bum, but you literally sat in DC yesterday and you said that you asked your mom for $25 fucking dollars. You broke bum. Bitch, you had to ask your mom for $25. You gonna call me a fucking bum? You asked your mom for $25 fucking dollars, bro? Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face. Tell me I'm a fucking bum. I don't give a fuck what you might think I am, bitch. I don't ask the next man for no fucking money, bitch. I can go outside. I can go outside and go get my car. Don't you ever try to call me a fucking bum. You just ask your mom for fucking money. You ever bring no shit like that again. Fuck wrong with you.
Dead
That's
boy.
a bomb.
Dead
I
boy.
can show you money right now. I can show you these right now, bitch. You think Ash want to go get some fucking money? Don't fucking play with me, boy. Because you getting beat on, you trying to talk at me personally. You can't do the personal game. The rhetoric shit. You can't track for shit, and you sound like dog shit. You British fucking buck teeth, pretty ass. You probably eat fucking rocks. You sound like you chew on fucking rocks, you dirty ass, fucking maggot ass, dirty bitch. Probably got maggots in your fucking dick. You don't wash your dirty fucking dick. Ugly ass nigga. Fuck that boy. You want to debate now, bro? You want to debate? You want to debate now? Instead of disrespecting me? Hold on, see. No, I'm talking about see for real. No, see, time out for real. I'm only cutting you off because you keep disrespecting me. See, because you keep disrespecting me. You keep disrespecting me. See, you keep disrespecting me. Let's calm down, see. But you keep disrespecting me. So if I keep disrespecting you, you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get with your little gay ass feelings. You fucking faggot. What's wrong with you? Stop disrespecting me. Stop doing it.
It's okay.
Stop doing it. You said stop beating my chest. You said you keep throwing out shit, right? Yeah. I'm cutting you off, but it's justified. Fuck wrong with you. It is justified because you're calling me a broke bum. Yes, if someone calls me a broke bum, I have every right in the world to cut them off and disrespect them. Shit like that. Fuck wrong with you. Just because y'all niggas are bitches, don't let anyone talk to y'all any type of way. I'm not that type of nigga. Fuck wrong with you. Griff, you're the type of nigga when someone speak, they can spit on you and walk away and not do nothing like that shit. Fuck wrong with you. You're a bitch.
Yo, can I, at the very least, can I moderate the conversation so we can get this progressive?
Niggas a bitch built. Who wants to moderate, bro?
Me, can I moderate?
I see. Call him a peasant. Call him a peasant.
No, it's fine. Like, I don't know who he thinks he is. You can't press me on Discord.
Hey, see, can you just sign off on me being the moderator for the conversation? That's fine. Okay, look, chill. So, can we just do the talking sick? I just mute you, one talks, and then I unmute the other, mute the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to give the objection to his argument, or do you want him to get out the argument first? Which one?
How is he going to object to an argument he hasn't heard yet? How's that?
Oh, he hasn't heard the argument, okay.
I haven't even given
I heard the argument. Don't let him lie to you. Close my door. I have heard the argument. The argument's retarded. I don't have a tracking issue unlike him. I can track.
Wait, chill. Deadwood, can you recite the argument, or at least give your best recollection?
Can I recite the argument? Yeah, the argument that I was attacking. Huh?
Go for it, Deadboy. Go for it.
Yeah, the argument I was attacking before we started, yelling, was that he tried to use the example of Satoda Takamura and other niggas being like different to try to disprove like my prime body shit and saying it was just an appeal to reality. Then I know he didn't even like heard what I said to like track me because he would have never said that stupid ass shit. That's basically what he was telling me about the whole Satoda Takamura shit about like how I'm appealing to reality because they're that old and they're that strong. That doesn't defeat what the fuck I said. That you're not like you're not responding to me. So we can continue off of that point.
Okay, thank you. So, your objection do you have an objection towards that argument or no? Is it just like it was a non-defeater, was not responsive? Is that literally just it?
Huh?
Is your argument against it just like it's non-responsive? It doesn't do anything to your argument.
Yeah, and I explained why just again.
Okay, so thank you. I'm gonna mute you now.
Let me explain why just again. So like, cause we're not yelling, shit like that.
He's weird. I was never yelling.
I mean, you're right. You like to say little things, little UK nigga. You like to say little things and act like you just can't say nothing. Shut up, broke ass bitch. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, bitch.
He's muted, so just get out your objection.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say what I have to say. So the issue I have with that is, right, the reason why I think I've been beating him this whole time is that he has a severe tracking issue. The very first thing I said before he even brought that up, I said we cannot use Takamura in this example because it's directly stated in the verse. This nigga is built different. This nigga is built. He's not a regular human. This nigga acts off of fucking bloodlust and emotions. I said that character is like literally an outlier. He tried to use the Gaku example. Oh, Gaku's 23. This is the most stupid thing I ever heard. Gaku's 23. So Takamura's 60. So that obviously means that real life. That's the most stupidest shit I ever heard. There's some 6-year-olds right now to this day that'll beat the fuck out of a 23-year-old. Doesn't mean nothing. That specific person is an outlier. Generally, right? Generally, you fucking join. You generally, if you're between the ages of 20 to 30, that's your peak prime. Obviously, for these characters, right? It's a different example. Satoda's not even the same example because she stated to be out her prime. So that would just make sense to me that she was in her prime between 20 to 30. Takamura is the only example of a nigga that's just tough. He's built different. It's an outlier to specific circumstance.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Deadboy. So I'm gonna mute you now. I'm gonna mute C, and C can give his rebuttal. All right, my fault, C, for muting you that long. But he just had to get the objection out. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, I just want to apologize to like the audience had to hear this guy chest beat for 10 minutes plus. Look, I grant to him once again that Takamura is just like sort of outlier, although I don't really know what sense he's talking about. I know that Takamura is an outlier in the sense that the way he acts is different to the other members of the verse. Like, for example, he acts off bloodlust, so he can sense bloodlust. I'm not sure that he's an outlier in the sense that he's built different. I've never seen that before. I'd have to see some sort of evidence. But look, even if that's true, that's not the point of the argument. Like, the point of the argument is this. In the own scan, he said the evidence, quote unquote, which is taken from a Google search, where he probably searched up, is your prime 20 to 35, whatever. Look, it says strength and physical performance typically reach their peak between 20 and 35 years of age. Now, typically is induction, right? So from what we see in reality, this is the case, and I grant this to him. But I also made the argument that in Sakamoto days, things are different. Obviously, if you have these students that train for 3+ years in an assassin school where they're doing physical activity, they can cut through buildings like Takamura does. They can do all of this shit. They can smash boulders and like go invisible and reflect lightning bullets and shit like that. If they could do all of this shit, right? Obviously, what's typical for us normal niggas in reality might not be typical for them. So the argument here was we have great reason to believe that once they leave the JCC, they are at their physical prime because of all of the physical training that they've undergone at the JCC, right? That's why I believe that they're probably at their prime from 18, or that's probably the average age I gave. And I also said to him, like, there's more examples apart from Takamura.
Chill, CC. Don't start spreading the arguments or giving more examples. So I don't.
Let me just respond.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Hold on. Let me just respond to that. So
something I said before.
So hold on. Wait a minute.
Something I said before. Please do not let him stop me from giving out the argument. Right?
No, I made an argument. I'm going to respond. Like, I don't understand. Like, this shit is crazy. This is crazy.
Dead boy, chill. All he wants to do is add extra examples. So
no, it's not. I'm not adding anything. I said before. I said there's more examples than Takamura. Like Yotsumura and Satoda are both old as shit, right? And if we're appealing to common sense intuitions, then they should be pretty weak as shit as well, because your muscle mass decreases over time. But we know that they're still strong as shit, and they can contend with people that should be in their physical prime. So that's giving us reason why we shouldn't align with like common sense intuitions when dealing with Sakamoto days.
Okay. Let me talk, bro.
Oh, you got it.
Hold on. Let me talk real quick, bro. So I'll explain this shit one last time and one last time only, and please open your ears because I know you have a severe tracking issue. You dumb stupid bitch. I'm going to explain to you one last time. I'm going to explain to you one last time, see, right? Your argument, because that they're training every day in the JCC, so they should be the strongest in the JCC, is obviously so retarded I ever heard. They're in school to train to get to a specific level. Bitch, I am in college right now. I'm obviously getting information every day. Obviously, right now, I'm still dumber than where I would be until I get my fucking degree. That's the most dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yes, you're in college every day. You're getting information every day. But generally, if you have your degree, you already know all that shit. So, no, you wouldn't be stronger or smarter than when you're getting your degree. So, for instance, the JCC, they may be practicing and training every day to get to reach to a specific level. Once they reach that specific level, they can go up from there. They're in school to get their assassin's license or whatever type of ranking they get. Once they get their assassin's license, it would make sense that they would be at their physical peak. That does not change anything. You give me, you trying to talk about the Takamura shit. Okay, we're going to talk about that. You give me the Yotsumura shit, right? The Yotsumura shit does not matter. I am not saying that old people can't be strong. That's what I never argued that. That's not what I argued. I said generally, right, that should be the physical peak. There's nothing wrong with being 20 years old. That was Yotsumura's physical peak. There's nothing wrong with that. He can still be strong when he's still 60. That doesn't change the fact that his physical peak still might have been 20. We know Satoda had a prime. That would have been around when she was 20 to 30. We know Satoda had a prime. It's stated multiple times. It's stated that these people had primes. It stated all that shit. That their primes were 20 to 30. It's completely fine. You bringing up these people that I've already denounced is retarded. I don't know why you keep bringing that up. It's not responding to what I'm saying at all. You're not responding to what I'm saying. So I would just break it down simply like this, right? The proof that I sent for the shit, right? I said your physical peaks are typically between 20 and 35. Typically, you do decline in your 30s. This same level of reasoning is consistent because we know Yotamura decline, we know Satoda decline. The only one that would be indifference will be Takamura because he's built up to be a different type of person because he already operates differently under humans operate. He doesn't operate. He doesn't talk to people. He doesn't do all this shit. He's looked at as an enigma, some type of fantasy character, some type of shit that's like Santa Claus. So obviously we don't apply human regular logic to Santa Claus. So why would he apply it to fucking Takamura? That's the most retarded shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. And we know Yotamura is stated to be weaker in that order age. We know Satoda is. It makes general sense. Again, I'm gonna just say it again. It quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. I don't want to keep arguing about the same stupid point. We know that Sakamoto's coined and learned to be the strongest around that 20 to 25 range. So I think it just makes more sense. That's what the author is trying to illustrate. So we can go ahead. You can go ahead. We can go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
Let me send the proof. Let me send. Hold on. And let me send the proof. By the way, for the Takamura Santa Claus shit. Before we move on, let me just send the proof.
You can go ahead.
By the way, Deadboy, just to be clear here, if C's argument is kind of non-responsive under your lens, would you feel fine with just moving on instead of just sticking on to the specific point or not?
Yeah, bro, because I feel like he's not responding.
I'm just saying because maybe if he misrepresents the argument, and you just think that it's non-responsive to what you said initially, then we can just move on rather than I just mute C and then you re-clarify, then we just keep doing this all and over. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Hold on, right here. Well, hold on, right here. Let me send the Takamura shit. There was a time when I thought that he was like a Santa or some kind of ghost, a fictional character from collective imagination. So yeah, he's that type of nigga. Like he's that type of he's tough. Okay, literally, he's tough.
All right, Deadboy, are you fine with me just muting you until he's done?
No, I don't like that talking stick shit. No, I'm not debating that.
If he tries to overtalk me, then mute him, please, because I gave him the courtesy for like 10 minutes to ramble. And
by overtalking, do you mean singular?
No, but I can interject. I can interject, bro. I'm not gonna overtalk him. I'm not overtalk him, but the same way he can interject me. I don't have a problem with him doing that to me. Yeah, I can do the same to him. I'm not gonna overly do it.
Okay, cool. Look, just monitor it.
Yeah, I'm gonna monitor it. Yeah, obviously, I'm not gonna interject like every little fucking word you say. But obviously, if I feel like you say something that's just so retarded, the same way you can interject me. I don't care, bro.
Yeah. So like once again, look, it's just not a response. So Deadboy continuously appeals to common sense intuition in order to make the argument that in Sakamoto days, your prime is 20 to 20 or 20 to 35, whatever. You start declining in your 30s, whatever you just said. And the basis for this is reality. And I've told him multiple times that there are many cases of things that do not align with what we know about reality. And one of these things were Takamura, Satoda, and Yotsumura, who are like, 50, 60 plus, probably, and are able to like cut through buildings, smash through bricks. When you turn 50 to 60, your muscle mass has deteriorated so much, people struggle to walk. Okay, well, we know that that's not how it works in Sakamoto days. People that are 50 to 60 still possess the amount of strength necessary to do all of these superhuman feats. And the reason why is because you cannot use common sense intuition as a guide in determining who's strong, who's weak, who's this, who's that. That was the argument. Okay, whether Satoda had a prime or not in her 25s is irrelevant. You haven't seen any arguments for that. That's irrelevant. All I'm saying is, look, in this case, common sense intuition will tell us this, but obviously that's not the case. So we shouldn't use common sense intuition as a general guide for Sakamoto days. Now, the Takamura scan you sent, I'll just start with that because let's just go for what's more recent. You said nobody knows how long he's been in the order. Now, I don't really know if you have like reading comprehension issues, but look, if no one knows about Takamura, right, nobody knows this, all he is an enigma, obviously people are going to see him as this sort of myth, right? Like, that's it. So that's all he's saying. Oh my god, he's like a myth, right? In the sense that he's so enigmatic, no one knows anything about his personal life, all anyone knows his assassin capabilities. Obviously, in that sense, he's a myth. Your original claim was that he's built different, that he's not built in the same way as the other assassins. That is a complete non sequitur. The evidence you said does not support that claim at all. So just go back to the drawing board and find something else, please. Okay. Now, the third thing I want to address here, which is just further evidence for why.
No, let me respond to that. I'm not responding to 3 things. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. I don't care. Let me respond to what you just said. 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 Let me respond to what you just said.
Chill.
Let me respond to what you just said. He made a point. Let me respond to
See.
No, he made another claim. I'm responding to
he made another claim.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Wait, that boy, can you chillax for just 1 second and let him get out this
bro, let me respond. He can ignore what I said. He can ignore what I said and just get
No. Wait. No, I want to address this. Look, he made the thing that he said is that people typically decline in their 30s, right? But the scan I sent just here with Uzuki shows that Uzuki is 27. You can search this up, by the way. He's 27. And it's already stating it here. He says he hates that as he gets older, he has more bagging and his body feels heavier. So he's 27. He's already fucking declining. So it's not in their 30s. He's actually quite younger than that. So why can't we just apply the same principle?
Okay. Can I respond?
Yeah. Go ahead. This last time.
Okay. So you said I don't have reading comprehension. I still this whole time think that you have a tracking issue. See, why did I send that Takamura scan? To prove what?
To prove that he's not like the rest of people.
Okay, so if the scan says, thank you for knowing what I wanted to prove. If the scan says there was a time when I thought he was like Santa or some kind of ghost, fictional character from a collective imaginative, kind of like the idea of someone becomes real if everyone in the world believes it, right? So he's like the personification of the bloodlust of all the assassins in the world. So is that a typical description for the regular, ordinary assassin?
No.
Okay, so again, I proved what I needed to prove. That's the point blank simple as that. I proved that my argument is that he's built different, so we can't compare him to a regular assassin. This nigga is compared to fucking Santa Claus and fictional characters. So yes, I think I proved what I need to prove. Thank you for agreeing with me on that.
Okay.
Then you keep going, which I don't know if you're dumb or you just keep saying it because you think it's getting you somewhere. You keep saying because these characters are 60, they can still perform these feats. I never once argued, right? I never once argued that these characters wouldn't be able to perform a certain feats at the certain set level of age. My argument was that between the ages I think your prime would be, so I already gave you descriptions, 22, 23, that should be your peak physical performance. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So even if these characters are performing these feats at this certain level, that just simply means that they could have performed better when they were younger, as it's stated by fucking Satoda that she used to have a prime and that she was tough in her prime. So that indicates to me, well, there was a point of time where she was at her peak physical performance. The same thing goes for Yotsumura. You simply bring it up that they're able to perform superhuman feats at 60 does not denounce the fact, because I know that this is a fictional series by itself already. But that doesn't mean we still can't use reality as some type of baseline, and then whatever the verse applies to be different after that, it could be after that. And the slur, getting the baggage, the more body is heavy his body feels. I think that's more akin to his multiple personality disorder, so whatever personality he's in, because obviously certain personalities are faster than each other. It's like for instance, when he gains Takamura's personality, he can't obviously say that his body's heavy because he's moving at the same speed Takamura was, which is way faster than him. So that point is just dumb. I'll send the proof to that right now. Hold on, but before you respond to anything, let me send the proof that he can use. Hold on. Let me send the proof that he can use. He gets Takamura's personality, and then he becomes. His behavior and his fighting skills become the same, and then we physically see a speed increase because he's able to blitz and beat up Takamura. I agree. I don't care what the fuck you give a fuck about. Bitches is my argument outlining from the thing. So this is just debunking slur shit. So slur obviously again is a circumstantial case because each person that he has in his personality obviously all fights different. So yes, right here he wouldn't be so baggy and heavy when he's using Takamura shit. Obviously, you know that he's a schizophrenic and he could just hop personality. So specifically in that personality, he might have just been baggy or more heavier. That's perfectly fine. But then again, you're not responding to anything I'm saying. I think we can move on. Literally, I think we can move on, bro. I think I've already beat you.
I'll just respond to everything, and then like this is mainly repetition. I just respond to the main last thing you brought up. So you're just missing the entire point. Like, once again, I can grant that Satoda has a prime. I can grant that Tamura has a prime. Hell, I can even grant that in their primes they were stronger than they are now. Like, none of that is.
So we can move on. Thank you.
Hold on a second. Just breathe.
Thank you. Move on. Thank you.
Hold on a second. Let me just. Someone mute him. He doesn't have any self-control.
But Deadboy, if you think that you can move on, just let him get out the argument. If it's not responsive, you guys just move on.
But who let this nigga talk for y'all, bro?
Yo, Yobi, shut
as I was saying, I can grant everything he said about Satoda, Yotsumura, and Takamura. Like, when they were younger, they could have performed better and whatnot. Like, that's not relevant to what I'm saying. He's trying to use an evidence based on our reality to justify why people reach their prime in Sakamoto days at this age. And I'm saying Sakamoto days and our reality is completely different, right? That's why we have people that are 60 that can slice through buildings. Nobody in our reality at the age of 60 can run 100 meters in 15 seconds, let alone slice through fucking buildings, right? So obviously, if we appeal to common sense intuitions as a guide for Sakamoto days, then all of these feats become extremely improbable. But we know that they're not extremely improbable. We know that there's old niggas in Sakamoto days that can cook reasonably. So basically, what Deadboy's trying to do is search up on Google what happens in our reality and say, because it happens in our reality, it happens in Sakamoto days. I've already given reasoning as to why some things in reality don't happen in Sakamoto days. You need to give me extra reason for as to why the prime is the same reality as it is in Sakamoto days. So I've already given you base why it would not be. Okay, these guys go to school and do assassination training. They practice with poisons. They practice with guns and bullets and shit. There exists not a school like that in our current world. So you positing that typically people reach their prime at this time does not include the fact that these niggas go to school and do all of this hard fucking training that we don't do in reality.
Yeah, okay? I got you. I got you. Let me respond. Hold on a
second. Just breathe. Look, just breathe. I'm still giving out the argument. Look, in response to the Takamura fictional ghost thing, I was being charitable again. Because I thought that you were going to give an argument for as to why Takamura does not abide by common sense does abide by common sense intuitions, right? Because I thought you were going to say, because my argument was just this: Takamura is like 60 and he still is strong as fuck. And this is not what happens usually in reality. Hence why common sense intuitions are usually
wait.
Just breathe.
Let me respond.
Don't cut me off. No, don't cut me off.
Let me respond to you.
No. Can someone mute him? Like, what the fuck? Look.
Are you not ready for my response?
I'm trying to give the argument. Just breathe, okay? So look. You said that the Takamura thing as a ghost, right, would prove why he's an outlier, why we should not consider him as one of these old niggas that are hella strong. But if all you mean by an outlier here is that he's stronger than the average sorcerer, what the fuck? Stronger than the average assassin, I can grant that shit too. Like, that has nothing to do with my argument. Okay. If Takamura is an assassin, hold on a second, if Takamura is an assassin and he's like 65, 70 years old, we should expect, if we're abiding by reality, for Takamura to be decrepit as fuck. But he's not decrepit as fuck. He can be active, he can slice through buildings and shit. So once again, I just respond to that. And finally, no. Finally, I need to respond to the fan. Look, just track the amount of arguments you've given. You've given 3. I've only responded to 2. Just breathe, okay? The third thing you said was the Takamura slur, or not slur thing. The Takamura slur thing. You said the personality that changes or something. Look, that's a complete non sequitur as well. Like, all I'm saying here is Slur himself says, and keep in mind, this personality Uzuki here is the one that was in JCC. He says that as he gets older, his body feels heavier, and he's 27. So he's already experiencing the effects of aging. He's no longer in his prime at the age of 27. Okay? And this is directly in the context of age, because his new friends are the niggas from JCC themselves. Okay? So when he says that his body feels heavier here, I don't care if he can switch to Takamura's personality and his body now feels light or whatever. That doesn't matter. It just shows that his prime has now been lost at the age of 27, which is not aligned.
Okay, you're just actually chatting now. So I'm gonna make my argument simple, so I can simply just respond. Cause I like Loki want to move on, bro. So my argument is based off of the baseline of reality. So basically, do you know how like reality, how shit work in fiction, right? If we can use reality as the baseline, unless the verse completely indicates it to be different. So I think the baseline was, I said that the prime age that we reach a prime should be around the 20s to 30s. So you'd be around 22 to 23. That's my baseline argument. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what I said it should be. Now, for the examples that you gave to debunk that, you give me old people that are performing feats of this level, like of a high level. I said, okay, all I want you to do is agree that they could have had a prime at this age. You agree that their prime could have been 22 to 23. If you agree to that notion, then you agree to the notion that I was trying to say. If you just sat here, you flat out sat here and agreed that Yotamura's prime, their peak could have been 23 to 22. That's the same thing you said to Satoda. That's all I wanted you to agree to. So we come to that consensus on that. You literally agree to that fact. Now for the Takamura shit, I see he's an outlier because he is a different type of human being. He's not considered a regular human being, not just only because he's strong, because how they describe him to be. We literally know he doesn't operate under the same mechanics because Sakamoto literally says, this nigga's gotten stronger since when I was in the order. And obviously he's older. So obviously he's operating on a certain different type of mechanic. So a regular debate nigga will be like, oh, that doesn't have to defeat like the reality shit where they reach their peak. No, because we have a basis and we have a reasoning to why so Takamura can be moved and do shit like that. It's because he's akin to a fictional character, right? They're saying to him, they're in this fictional verse, he's fiction to them. That's how much of a stud and that's how much powerful he is. So yes, that nigga's an outlier. And generally in real life, let's go to, I know you don't know anything about combat sports, but boxing, let's say you're training boxing 18, 19, 20. You're prime of boxing, you're prime boxer. You're not prime till you're 26, 27. It doesn't matter how long you went to boxing school for and shit like that. Yes, you're continuously boxing every day, but when you hone those skills at a certain level, after you've already went through the schools and teaching and shit like that, your prime becomes 26, 27. Same thing for basketball. You can be a stud at 18, 19. And you can be in high school, having high school practices, college practices every day. You can be a stud at this young age because you're doing it all the time. But because your physical prime is not until like the 20s or the 30s, generally people reach their prime around that 25 to 26 to 27 range. It's a general thing. And in Sakamoto, everything is aligned with that. The only outlier to this thing in Sakamoto would be Takamura, because you sat flat out here and agreed that Yotamura could have had a prime around 20 and Satoda could have had a prime around 20. And also to respond to the slur shit, again, that can be that specific personality doing that. Because we know this obviously whole idea that his general body in general is getting weaker and slower is not true, because we know he can tap into a different personality and increase to a different level of speed. So that's obviously because he's a schizophrenic, he's a nigga with mental issues. So I'm really going to just devalidate what he's talking about. That specific personality may be going through that. But when he switches to a different personality, this quote unquote hindrance on his body doesn't matter anymore. So that argument becomes completely irrelevant. Literally. He's not hindered by anything when he switches over personalities. So based off of this, I think I easily won this shit. Easily, bro. I just
make one response. You made like an analogy like 25 minutes ago about university. You said you're in college and you can continuously get more information. Mental information and like mental progress development is like completely and radically distinct from physical progress and development. It's like I can grant that your mental prime is like contingent on how much information you have access to at any given time. But that's not the same physical prime. And I'm only
I realized that, so that's why I gave an analogy more akin to the physical prime.
Type shit.
Trash can.
We can. What the fuck was that?
All right, so Carol, you can give your judgment, bro.
I want to complete first.
But hold on, wait.
Are you guys doing a closing statement or?
Yeah, I want to do my closing statement.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, look, Dead Boy. Do you want to do closing statements or no?
Yeah, we can if you want to.
Okay, who wants to start first?
I'll start.
Go ahead, C.
All right, and if C misrepresents things, that's just his loss. Okay, can we just not do this?
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna interrupt you during the closing statement, bro.
So like pretty much just so like people that might have been new to this debate understand what's going on here. My scaling chain was Takamura over Nagamo, and Nagamo relative to Prime Sakamoto, something like that. And I said that Prime Sakamoto is Sakamoto fresh out of JCC. Crazy, I know, right? But look, the basis for this was if we're talking about primes and physical prime, then actually no, I should talk about what he said first. He said, no, that can't be true. And he sent a Google search of the physical prime of people typically being 20 to 35 or something along those lines. And I told him, like, look, I know this is the case in reality, because that's what we observe in reality, but that's typical. And we know that Sakamoto days is not typical, it's far from that. And the basis was we have students that go to university and train in the assassin arts. We have students that are able to like punch through buildings and shoot bullets from like massively far range and shit like that. Obviously, that's not fucking typical. So you're trying to put on, like, just keep it simple. You're trying to impose these sorts of typical variables that we typically observe in reality onto blatantly non-typical, atypical cases. It's just completely fallacious. And he kept like trying to salvage himself, like save himself. But that's all it boils down to. He's trying to apply what we see in reality to superhuman assassins in Sakamoto days to say that their prime is 20 to 35 and not 18 when they're fresh out of JCC. Now, on the flip side, my beautiful argument I gave for why they would be in their prime is they go through all of this training initially, and the reason as to why people do not reach their prime until like 2035 is probably because of a lack of training. But if you train earlier, who's to say you would reach your prime earlier, right? So obviously, since they train for 3 years, rigorous, arduous, hard work training, obviously it makes more sense to say when they're fresh out of the JCC, they're probably at their most physical peak. Granted, they have like, I don't know, no experience gaps or anything like that, but we're only talking about physical peaks, so that's irrelevant. I also presented evidence as to why we shouldn't use common sense intuitions and reality to guide our opinion on Sakamoto days. The first thing I said was, look, in reality, typically, when you're at the age of 50 to 60, your muscle mass is deteriorated to the point where people can't even walk. No talk of like run or jump or perform physical activities that are arduous. Yet we see people like Yotsumura, Takamura, and Satoda be able to perform massively taxing physical activity at their old ass, granny ass, demi ass age. Right? But what's the reason for this? If we're appealing to common sense intuitions, this surely shouldn't be possible. The reason why it's possible is because, once again, reality doesn't actually track on to Sakamoto days. And his response was, look, as long as you grant that they have a fucking prime, nigga, then if you grant they have a fucking prime, then obviously it's not going to defeat my argument. I'm like, okay, look, they can have a prime, it's fine, but you're not defeating the fact that if we're appealing to common sense intuitions, everything we're seeing would just be massively impossible, but it's not, okay? He also had to show that Takamura is like this sort of outlier is built different, and he hedged his claim like 3 times. So he opened up by saying Takamura is built different. He's an outlier. You cannot use him for his old age, whatever. I was like, I need to see the evidence. The evidence that he sent was Uzuki saying, I thought Takamura was like a myth or a ghost, and all I know about him is his strength and whatever. And then I was like, look, if all you mean by outlier here is that he's massively stronger than the average JCC assassin, that's completely fine. I can grant that doesn't change the argument. I thought you were trying to say that he's like physically, biologically distinct, right? And he was like, no, I proved my burden. It's like, okay, cool. He then goes on to say, yeah, I proved that Takamura was built different. No, you fucking didn't. All you proved is that Takamura is an enigma, and all that's known about him is his strength. Hence why Uzuki saw him as a myth like Santa Claus, because that's all that was known about him, his strength, like that niche, okay? Not that he's biologically distinct from the average human, not that he's biologically distinct in the sense that the rules don't apply to him anymore. Like, that's completely a non sequitur. He also didn't respond to the Satoda Yotsumura examples, where they're like 60, 70 and they can smash through buildings and shit like that. I think I just demonstrated why, A, their prime should be fresh out of JCC, and B, we shouldn't appeal to common sense intuitions in reality. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So generally, when people have to conclude for that long, it's because they're not confident in what they like said. So I'm gonna try to make mine. I'm gonna try to make mine as short as possible as I can. So, one, to start off with the baseline of everything. My main point, and I've said this multiple times, I said that we have to use reality as a baseline unless the verse specifically differs from that thing. I said if the verse does not differ from that thing, just like stated, otherwise, then we have to use reality as the baseline. That's directly what I said. And I'm not disagreeing with the fact that 60-year-olds can be different in a fictional verse, because obviously they would be different because the training that they went through throughout their whole entire life, it would obviously be different because, it's fiction. But it does not change the fact that someone's prime can still be between the ages of 20 to 30. That never changes that. That just means that these people are just in prime physical condition. So that just means in Sakamoto days, a 60-year-old can just be beat up a 20-year-old in real life. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change from the fact that your prime will still be 20 to 30. So I'll explain why. So he brings this up. He says he thinks Prime Sakamoto should be right after he left the JCC. I put this into question. I said this is incorrect because it's a couple years after when we finally get those statements of him being the ultimate assassin and shit like that. I said there's no statements even pertaining to when he is regularly in the JCC and when he's performing regular JCC feats as a team that even allude him to being the ultimate assassin. I said if they actually put him on the same level as other characters. I said it's when he leaves and he becomes like part of the order, and that years passes by around the ages of 22 to 23, so where we get these various statements of him being called the strongest. I said the reason for this is obviously he would have reached his physical prime at this point of time, because there's no statement. I said it multiple times. There's no statement.
Yeah.
My fault. I fucking burp. There's no statement even referring to Sakamoto being the strongest when he's in his teen shit. All that comes at like with the age range I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about the Takamura shit, how he's an outlier and stuff like that. One, for your training shit, so why you think that your whole general basis, that's retarded. I said multiple times, which you never responded to, just because they trained every day, that means they're honing their skills to reach them to become a specific level. There's no reason to indicate some type of great drop-off right after they graduate. You've never gave me some type of reason for them to come to a great drop-off after they graduate. I said multiple times, they train to get to this level, and then they would just only get bigger after that and stronger after that. My backing reasoning for that was Yotsumura and Satoda, when you and me both agreed in recording that their prime would have been around 22, 23, as Satoda says it herself. That's what I'm saying. She says she previously had a prime before. And we have these various statements from Sakamoto coming from when he's 22, 23. And I said it's more simpler to explain that the prime in this verse is 22, 23. The only outlier to that consistency that I built up would be Takamura. We know why he's an outlier, because he's something akin to fiction. He's a fictional character. He's fiction to them. So obviously he's doing things that are fictional. So yes, this is proven, as I said multiple times, again, Sakamoto says this nigga Takamura has gotten way stronger than when he was in the order. And this nigga's obviously an old ass man. So obviously that helps my fact that Takamura is different, and they outline how different he is. And you try to give every example you give just gets debunked. The slur example, we know why he's feeling baggage. That is actually not true, because he can switch to a different personality where he doesn't feel this baggage anymore. We know it's a mental problem for him. And then you said your training example was hard and strong. I use a training example between basketball and boxing. Boxing, yes, you're practicing your training every day. When you're 17, 18, 19, you're in that field every day. Every day, you in that field every day when you're training in boxing. You don't reach your physical, boxers don't reach your physical prime until 26, 27. Because they're at the physical peak, and they already had those skills that they honed when they was younger. And I said the same thing for basketball players. You can go to college and hoop every day. Generally, college hoopers hoop more than what regularly pro hoopers do. They literally go to school for that reason. That's the only thing they fucking go there for. But then they don't reach their best physical prime until 26, 27. So I used the physical example to prove that this same line of reasoning is acceptable in other areas. So I think I just easily won this. I know it's obviously that I forgot about, but I think I easily won, bro. I don't think I ever actually responded to what I had to say.
It's an actual conclusion, by the way.
Do me a favor.
All right.
Re-say your conclusions, but keep it short. Cause on God, if
I'm not repeating myself, bro.
No,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I know what that boy's argument is. I just need C's.
Oh, okay.
Keep it short.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
I needed to repeat your conclusions, but keep it short. That's it.
Okay, I'll try. Just ignore my nickname, by the way. That one guy is like being hella weird. But look, just to be clear, Infinity loves to Julian, and the guy sucks. But let me just get to the meat of things. So
you're currently losing to DEADBOY.
Anyways. So look, his argument appeals to like common sense intuitions about reality. He says, look, in reality, normally, because that's the scan he sent a Google search, where in reality, typically people reach their prime at a certain age. Typically means usually. And I said, look, why does reality map onto Sakamoto days? Like, why should we take what reality says about primes? Why do we take about something else? Sakamoto days is a supernatural manga. He didn't provide any basis for that. I'm not gonna lie. He then presented. I then gave hella reasoning for as to why we shouldn't take what reality says, because reality would say something like, when you're at the age of 50 to 60, your muscle mass is decreased and you're weak and you can't run, you can't breathe, and blah blah blah. But we know that there's hella old niggas that are able to do all of these things. So clearly, in some cases, common sense intuition does not map onto Sakamoto days, because common sense intuition would tell us that if you're old like Takamura, then you might as well just sit down and not fight. But we know that Takamura does not do that. He also made an argument where he said that you start to decline after your 30s, but we know that Slur's personality started to decline at 27. So that also just shows that there's something that's not expected there. He began to decline way before what DEADBOY was saying. And we just have a preponderance of evidence on my side. He has no evidence for his. He tried to say his argument was simpler. Maybe the words that you used were simpler, but the argument itself was not simpler, right? You didn't demonstrate why it was simpler in the debate. You never said anything about Satoda, her prime being at 23. You said that she had a prime, and that's why I agreed to you, not that her prime was at 23. So just to keep it short and sweet, second order summary, sorry, is just he had to provide basis of why reality and what we know about reality maps onto Sakamoto days. He did not provide basis why it would map onto Sakamoto days, why the primes in reality would map onto Sakamoto days. I provided basis why they would probably be in their prime earlier.
Now. He said I won. You can stop now, bitch. Be quiet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, actually won.
Thank you, bro. And I can defend. Matter of fact, and I could come up here and defend anyone that thinks he won. I can beat you all. Ball by ball, I beat the fuck out this bitch. Ball by ball, I can beat anyone right now. Ball by ball,
Let him know,
Let him know, bro.
I knew that boy. I've been beating on C. C is not a feat for me. I could show you 5 videos of me beating on him. Fuck wrong with that boy?
Wait,
not a feat for me.
Chill. Kuro, can you give the explanation for why he lost?
Okay,
yeah, please.
I just think he lost because
Wait, hold on. So DEADBOY, so DEADBOY, you said you'd defend your title, right?
No, wait. Just I want Chris to explain.
Yeah, let him give his reasoning first, bro.
Just because due to the fact you're saying that the main things you used to refute that reality is gonna correlate to the fictional sense that you guys are talking about or whatever. You said that one is gonna he started going downhill in whatever it was at the age of 27. DEADBOY refuted that by saying his mental state was going down, but he can switch his mental state to be the specific thing or specific way that he wants it. And then
what?
Oh my god, I'm not saying it.
That's not what happened, by the way.
Okay, question. When in DEADBOY's conclusion, did he not say that
What I said was, I know what you're trying to say. What I said was, I said that he's also considered an outlier because he's a schizophrenic. So the different personalities have different speeds and shit like that. So said that specific personality was declining for whatever reason it was, but he can obviously switch to another personality, which just blitzes people. So obviously that hindrance to his body is not actually hindrance to his body. It's more so a mind hindrance for that specific person. Because we obviously see him perform better feats.
So exactly like I said.
Yeah, look, so that even if that's true, okay, first and foremost, the Takamura thing was just me saying, the slur thing was just me saying, for that specific personality, his body feels heavier. And I also said that when he switches to Takamura, he might be faster, but it does not mean that he doesn't have the same detriment or anything like that. And even if that's true, that's not the main.
When did you say that?
I gave.
When did you say that? When did you say he wouldn't understand the same detriment?
Even if that's not true, the main reason I gave was we have multiple examples of people that defy common sense intuitions in Sakamoto days. So,
okay, and what was my argument? Okay, and that's the thing.
I'm asking Kuro. Just
okay, go ahead.
And the reason dismissed that was that yes, of course, it's gonna go downhill, but within this show or whatever you want to call it, they're training every day to hone their body to be in this state. So obviously, if they're gonna hone their body and for it to be super strong, so it's obviously gonna be different. And
Thank you.
That's what I said. That's my
No. See. What he said that directly is the reason why. Okay, if that's what you were arguing, then you wouldn't make the arguments you made. I said since these niggas, hold on. I said since these niggas are assassins and they're training, like the way that the level of training, of course, when they're older, their bodies are going to be built different than what the fuck a regular human would be. But I wouldn't change the fact that their physical prime wouldn't change. That just means their declining rate wouldn't change. Like again, LeBron's a good example. LeBron's a fucking freak athlete. Generally, the people his age are not moving the way he's moving, but because the way he trained and shit like that, right? The way he trains shit like that is the reason why he's able to still move at the age of 40. But it doesn't mean LeBron's prime still wasn't 26. You know what I'm trying to say? The prime doesn't change.
Oh my god, that was
the prime doesn't change. The only thing that you can change, the only thing that you can prevent is your decline. You cannot change your decline. You can change your decline.
You're misunderstanding. Look, the argument was not that because they perform this way when they're older that their prime would change. That's not the argument. The argument was that if we appeal to reality, then they would not be able to perform this way at this age. But they are able to perform this way at this age. We can't appeal to reality. That was the argument.
Okay, and what was my you don't understand. You don't understand my argument, bro.
I'm talking to Kuro. Kuro, can you like explain?
Back to the thing. He's literally just saying that if yes, that may be the case with that specific thing, but their prime wouldn't change, as he literally said.
That's the claim.
Okay, listen. The old man that was beating up on that one guy said he was still out of his prime, indicating that that isn't going to be his prime. He's just super strong at the time.
Wait, no, we're actually in Waffle City here. So the entire point that C is actually trying to hold on, I'm defending you, right? So the entire point that he's trying to make is even though he's saying this, he can't define the actual prime, dumb fuck. Obviously, you have to bring up some different reasoning. That's the entire point, dumb fuck. And you want to know what he didn't do? He didn't address it. He actually rambled in conclusions like a dumb fuck. He's actually embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Lawyer, have you been listening to the debate the whole time?
Look, wait, just calm down.
Yeah,
look, Kuro, wait.
Hold on. You want to hop in, lawyer? Have you heard that scene the whole time?
Yeah, look, wait. So, Kuro, what I'm saying is he's trying to appeal to
Kuro, you don't need to defend your judgment. You already gave it, bro. He lost badly. It's okay.
And he lost badly. Like, see, you literally got beat. You got beat the shit, bro. You got beat the fuck up.
Yeah, it's actually embarrassing how badly you lost that, boy. That shit was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie to you, boy.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Lawyer, what was the date? Okay.
The irony is this is crazy. That boy actually got killed so badly. What the fuck?
You keep saying that, but when I'm trying to talk to you about the debate, you're obviously not trying to talk to me about it. So where was the age I indicated of the prime? See, don't say nothing. I just want to see something real quick.
The age you indicated? Yeah, so it actually doesn't matter. I'm going to explain to you why this matters.
No.
So the entire wait, we're actually not going to do this thing where we do this like rhetorical gab where you like cut me off, right? So we're actually like not going to do this. We're not going to do this rhetorical gab where you just waffle and then cut me off, right? When I'm trying to answer your question. Actually, instead of running a conversation, you were not going to be like rhetorical gab. Now what I'm going to explain to you is a simple reasoning that he gave you. It doesn't matter what fucking time he said because they train differently. This can't apply to your logic, you fucking idiot.
What was our reasoning to the age?
Anyway, let's get this conversation.
What was our reasoning to the age?
Alright, look. So, oh my god. I can't believe I have to explain this, but look. The argument was, he's trying to say that in reality, this typically happens, so therefore we should say it happens in Sakamoto days. Like I said, in reality, typically, old niggas do not break through buildings and slice things, but it happens in Sakamoto days. So I will reapply the prime age, which is typical reality, and we don't apply other things that are typical in reality. That was the whole argument, and he didn't respond.
Say the last part again.
Say, your mic is really low. Say that again.
Say the last part again, real quick.
Okay, look. So his argument was this. He said, the reason why Sakamoto would not be in his prime at 18 is because in reality, your prime is between 20 to 35. You understand that, yes?
Yep.
Okay, and then I said, if we're appealing to reality, then Takamura, Satoda, and Yotsumura, who are all like 60, 70 years old, should not be able to break through buildings because when you're old, your muscle mass deteriorates and you're weak and you can't run and blah, blah, blah. But they are able to do that, yes? So we shouldn't appeal to reality. That was the argument. And then what was his response?
Okay, if they're going to be training for this thing to be the case, them to be allowed to do this, then that shouldn't matter. But they are still going to be out of their prime via the state.
Oh my god, you're not understanding. Look, it wasn't. He's trying to make the claim that they were training so they could still break through buildings. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, to just be in the state that they are, or whatever.
Yeah, but I was telling him that it's biologically impossible. Like, that's the whole point. Like, your muscle mass deteriorates so that you cannot do these things. That's what happens in reality. But look, if he grants that this thing is still possible for them, then obviously we can't appeal to what's common sense for people in reality. So that's a concession, no?
No, okay, listen. If he's arguing that the prime, if he's only arguing for the
But I can't hear you. Can you turn up your mic?
if he's only arguing for the prime to be the case, that the prime is going to be 21 to 25, right? And he says, the argument he gives to refute that is going to be that if I train in this thing all my life so that I do not get weaker or I do not get worse at that thing, and therefore I'm going to stay at a reasonable state where I am going to be perfectly fine and able to do this thing, but I'm still not going to be in my prime, that argument isn't going to defeat anything, because all he's arguing is that the prime is going to stay at the ages of 21 through 30, or whatever the ages he gave was.
Wait, just to be clear, what's his basis for their primes being at that age?
Okay, what's his name? What's the one guy's name? The 23-year-old guy. It was stated that he was in his prime in the ages of 23, like a couple years later. That was one of the bases. Well, another one.
That was never proven, right? What he said in the debate was that Satoda had a prime. That's why I agreed to. I never agreed that her prime was at 23.
Okay, yeah, you didn't agree to it, but like that's literally what was working on, and like I can give the other bases, that I currently remember. I don't remember a lot.
Yeah, well, just tell me what the basis was for their primes being at that age.
Okay, one of those bases was, I forgot it.
Holy shit, bro! I've been hold.
I don't remember it because like you guys were on for a while. Anyway,
no debate. You can check VC scans. The only basis was the Google search, bro.
Hold on.
Wallahi, I've been hold. This is insane.
It literally has nothing to do with like me just being biased because I don't even know him. I just don't remember.
No, it's not about bias. Maybe just didn't understand the arguments that were presented. I don't know.
Trying to debate. You know, like I'm basically high tier now.
You're worse than me. Shut up.
I don't know you. Anyways,
don't let me get the regs.
C.
Like shit.
C.
Yo, what's up, bro?
But what were your bases for why that would be? For why
It was the Google search.
Hold on. Okay, please see when I talk. Don't cut me off. So
I will cut you off.
Bitch, you be quiet, bro. I'm not the one that's here begging. I'm not the one that's here begging for the judges to change the verdict. So, anyways, Curl, let me talk, bro. So, Curl, you were listening, right? Yep. Do you even know why I brought up 22? Do you even know why those ages got up first?
Oh yeah.
The reason why those ages got brought up first is because I said multiple times, which is never responded to. I said the statements for where Sakamoto is called the strongest in the verse occurs when he's around 22 to 23. I say this so many times, and then I say the general prime, someone reaches their physical peak around 20 to 30. I asked him, does he know what? I asked him, does he know? He at first, I sounded like he didn't know. So I sent him the study that with the age that you fit your physical prime was around 20 to 30. I said multiple times in JCC, Sakamoto's never have any statements that's even referring to him being the ultimate assassin. I said coincidentally, he gets that title when your physical prime happens. That's directly what I said multiple times. That was my first thing. I said, because Sakamoto, he's called the strongest in the verse when he's 22. That's what I said multiple times. The reason my backing evidence for that would be the study, which your physical prime should be around the ages 20 to 30. Yep. Literally. That's why I would have won right then and there. And that argument never directly gets responded to because that's when we move on to something. It's in the recording. I swear to God. And so did I.
Is the debate going to continue?
Yeah, I have to respond.
Hey, Kurt, let me know if you need to come back down or not, bro.
Yeah, look, the response was this.